Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 171 of the Super Weapon Podcast, the most overpowered podcast on the internet. It's your boy Darius the Artist. It's your boy DC, and we got a guest in the building. Terrible Gaming has stopped by. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for stopping by today, man. You're somebody who, we have a list of content creators that we would love to work with and have on the podcast, man. And your name has come up more often than not, man. And I'm very thankful to have you on. And big shout out to DC as well, man, because he's been doing a lot of the legwork in the community, reaching out to folk, man, getting people on. Very excited to have you here, man. DC, how are you doing today as well, brother? Can't leave you out as well.
Hey, God's favorite misfit is always doing swell. I just want to give a quick shout out to Terrible Gaming here, man. I want to say I've been following his content for maybe about a year, just lurking in the shadows. I believe it was another BZ recommendation, or BZ might have rated him something. But I've been checking this guy out for a year, and I think what kind of attracted me to his content, a lot of I just feel like in gaming they kind of try to like, it's a little bit of ageism, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like every time I go to TG's community, I feel like there's a group of people that are around my age who, we're all still like into gaming. And I think we're kind of breaking those barriers a little bit when it comes to the age thing. People are starting to realize that people in their 40s or 45 or late 30s, they're still gaming. And that was one of the main things that attracted me to his community. And then there's a lot of good conversations that go with that. You know what I'm saying? TG is a hilarious guy, but we'll have very adult conversations,
Right.
and then you sprinkle in the laughs, and I'm silly as hell. So
Yeah.
if you cracking jokes or whatever, I'm there. Like, even if I don't say nothing, I'm lurking. They had just had the whole, he was making fun of the tab for tab thing. I do tab you up, so we're tab brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I
Let's
can't
go.
watch, but yeah, man, I just wanted to say that, man. Like, I just feel like it's a very welcoming place, and I love to see people around my age enjoying this, because I feel like there isn't a limit on it. Like, everyone has hobbies. That's what I feel
Yeah.
like. And
Yeah.
whatever your hobby is, long as it's not ruining anything outside, like, if you're married, if you have kids, long as you're not neglecting your responsibilities, I think people should enjoy what they enjoy, man.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're happy to have you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely agree. One of the community members called our community the nursing home. It's like, I love coming to the nursing home because a lot of the people in there. I always say, like, our average age in the community is probably 28. Because
Yeah.
we have much older people, a few younger folks, but I definitely enjoy having an older community because they understand, like, some of the things I do. Like, 3 hours flat, we off, we got to go. The other stuff got to get done.
Right.
Ain't no marathon streams over here. I gotta go to work. I got kids. I got a wife. I always say I gotta take care of the kids, get a wife back shot. So we can't be here all day. I got other things I have.
A man of his family, man. I love that, man. And that's definitely one of the things that, and I'm glad DC brought that up as well, because a lot of times when people, I think the pandemic really blew this space up. When you had everyone at home, you had a lot of people discovering Twitch, YouTube, the various other streaming sites at the time.
Yeah.
And the a lot of the larger streamers are younger. They have that, I call it the KEKW communities. Their jokes are a little bit different, but I think that's one of the things that really kind of brought me on to you, as well as the great advice that you give out on spaces like Twitter and YouTube and whatnot. And I think that's something to be said, man. But I would really love to hear kind of like what got you into content creation and streaming. What's your background with, like, gaming and whatnot? Like, where did the story of Terrible Gaming really get started?
Yeah.
Where the
So
name come from too.
Yeah.
so me and my brother has always been gamers since games has always been a part of our lives.
Yeah.
And but he was always a PC gamer, even as a very young kid, he just enjoyed playing games on PC, and I was a console streamer. So when we got to adult age, you always say, "Hey man, let's come over to PC, man. Stop buying them consoles." And I was like, you know what? When they announced the PS5 and the new Xbox, I'll build a PC then. And the day they announced the PS5, he called me and said, "So you getting the PC, right?" So I was like, "Yes, I'm holding my promise. I'm gonna build a PC." So I started building a PC right before the pandemic, and I actually ordered my graphics card. And the day that it came to my house was the day they shut down everything. So
wow, it's meant to
be. I got my graphics card, and then my boss called and said, "You don't have to show up to work tomorrow. Everything shut down." I was like, "Cool, I'm about to build this PC then."
Forget everything else.
Right.
I'm gonna build this. The world is shutting down, but
yeah,
I'm
the world
building
is
my PC.
the world is. Well, I work in software, so I was working from home, so it wasn't any like off time. I just didn't have to go to the office. So, you know, I built a PC, and then I started like studying my specs and everything. And I'm like, and my PC so powerful, it'd be a shame not to just game on it, and not do anything else with it. I called my brother because he know more about the streaming space than I do.
Okay.
I never watched a single streamer, and I asked him. I was like, I was thinking about I'm thinking about going on that site called Twitch and maybe stream. My brother got instantly excited. He was like, "Yeah, create an account. I think you'd be excellent at streaming." He was just so excited, and so I made the name Terrible Gaming because, you know, I know how I like the game. I like to joke. I like to just, you know, mess around. And I didn't want people coming in. I used to play Souls games. The very first game I played on stream was Dark Souls 2. And I didn't want people coming in like, "Oh, he must be cracked out. This must be a speed run. This must be a no hit." No, when they see the name, like, "Oh, Terrible Gamer, oh, this is probably not." So they can't come in and troll me like, "Oh, you suck." Well, this is a Terrible Gamer channel, so what you expect? you clicked on me.
You know what you're getting with the name here. Yeah, that's really smart.
Exactly.
Hey, did you see the name before you came in here?
Exactly. So, you know, it would be redundant for them to try to troll my gameplay. Sorry, do you see the name of the channel? You're not winning here.
You've been streaming since around the pandemic, right?
Yeah, I started June 2020.
Nice.
Okay. I think a lot of us jumped deep into our bag around the pandemic time because, like Darius said, a lot of people, like me, for example, I live by myself. So when I was at home, it was like a insane asylum.
Yeah.
Like I was just here with my thoughts. Like that's it. I'm like, I gotta do something, man. I'm like, it's only so many games I can play. Like I'm sitting here, I'm just like, yo, I'm calling my brother, I'm calling everybody. They like, leave me alone, stop calling me. I'm like, yo, I'm bored over here. But yeah, I think around that time, I really I watched like Twitch a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But around that time, I started putting in a lot of hours on Twitch. Like I started watching people interacting with different communities, and I was like, damn, okay, this is kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I always knew about streaming. I just never like watched it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So around when you was putting your foot in the door, it was around the same time I really started watching it. And me and Darius, we've been toying around with the idea of starting like a gaming podcast for a long time. And I think around that time we was like, you know what? We need to just do it. Cause it was always oh, we ain't got the right equipment. Oh, we ain't got this. Oh, we need to get that. And boy, when I go back and listen to our old episodes, man, I'm proud of us, damn it. I'm proud. When I listen to old episodes, I was like, man, we were talking over each other. I had the good old Yeti mic, and
a lot of nervous energy back then, man. But that's the beautiful thing about it. And you know, I always like to talk to the guests, you know, because it seems like you already kind of knew what your brand wanted. You wanted your brand to be from the beginning, and not everyone, myself included, really, you know, it takes people a while to kind of figure that out, you know, and it looks like you've built a really nice community for yourself. You know, because I started on Mixer, you know, back in the day, back in 2018, on RP Mixer, and you know, shout out to all my Mixer fam. So it's awesome to see that you were able to kind of pick this up. You know, you had, you know, time because of the pandemic and everything, you know, in between work and whatnot to build your PC, and you found your passion right away, and that's pretty awesome, man. You know, what kind of games do you like to play? Because we were talking a little bit about Souls games before the podcast, but
Yeah.
so
Well, and on the note of like found my passion, I did not enjoy streaming when I first started doing it.
really,
I did not like it. I hated it. Because because starting out is very rough. Ain't nobody coming to your streams.
Yeah.
And like before, like Discord blasts and stuff like that, I used to like just text my real friends, like, hey, I'm about to go live on Twitch.
Yeah.
If y'all can stop in, I really appreciate it. And none of them would ever come, right?
Yeah.
So
Been there.
So
yeah.
So it was like, man, this is stupid. Like just talking to myself this whole time. Like I don't even like it. So one day I was sitting in the living room and it was time for me to stream, and I was like, I am not streaming. And my brother called me. He was like, I just went on Twitch and you're not live. I'm like, I don't feel like it. And he was like, how you expect to grow if you quitting so early? Because it was like a month of me streaming. I was streaming for like a month. To like zero people. To like 0 people. I'm like, this is stupid. I spent all this time in this basement. I'm like, ain't nobody seeing me. Right. So my brother was like, you need to get down there and stream so people can find you. And he got one of his friends to come to the stream. At the time we called her Zoya, and she was like in my position, like she worked from home and everything like that. So when I go live, she was always there. Even if my brother had to work or one of my other friends had to work and they couldn't make it, she was always there.
That's awesome.
And so that gave me the motivation to keep streaming. It would just be me and her for the longest. It just her name in the chat through the whole 3 hours, right? And so to this day, she gets a free sub every month. So she's never paid for a sub. Every time her name pop up and I don't see no sub badge, I gift her a sub. So I'm like, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even got this far, because I would have definitely quit. So yeah, it grew into a passion, but at first. Woo! I tell you, I'm like, this sucks. I'm not.
Yeah.
Why do people do this
at first, man? Yeah, you definitely you hit the nail on the head, and a lot of people don't talk about that, because I think there's this stigma that people have with content creation that it's all sunshines and roses, all the time, and
right.
We something that we do here a lot is try to talk about like the mental health aspect of things here. Just this past month was Men's Mental Health Month, and was there anything that you felt like you were kind of struggling with being at home in the pandemic? Trying to build your brand, trying to build your career, in this space.
Not really. Just the fact that there wasn't nobody there, so I was like, what am I doing wrong? But like feeling like the whole pandemic, I loved it. I'm an introvert. People get so shocked when I tell them that. That's how I stream.
Mm-hmm. Like I tell people I got social anxiety, they be like, what?
Right. I'm an introvert. They're like, you don't seem like one. I'm like, because I'm streaming. Y'all not about to be here with me not talking to y'all. Like,
right.
What I'm saying? But in person, I'm very quiet. I like to, analyze my surroundings and
same.
Try to, people watch and try to make sure ain't nobody about to pop off. So I need to know when I need to leave.
Know where your exits are. Yeah.
Know where the exits at. So
you ex-military too?
No, my brother is, but but he told me all the stories. But yeah. So what was I answering?
No, just like common pitfalls and whatnot. But yeah, that's awesome, man. It's because
when did you get your stride? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
like you went from having this one young lady who held it down for you in the beginning. Like, when do you think you started to hit your stride? When did the numbers start to increase a little bit for you? When did you, because you have, like, as far as just like the work you put into your content, from the emotes to the sound effects to you got some of the funniest, like, creative, you know what I'm saying? All the sound effects and stuff that goes with your content is like, it's very unique. You have a way of finding like just the humorous ways of just blending all this stuff into your content, which I think makes it very, very, very like entertaining. Like when I'm watching you, sometimes I feel like I'm watching a comedy show because it can go off the rails. Like, you will be like, okay, we're playing this game, and then we won't start playing the game until like the end of stream. You'll be
Right,
like,
two and a
okay,
half hours in.
yeah, you're like, okay, we got 45 minutes, y'all. We're gonna play this real quick because
That's
just
awesome.
kicking it and talking and just laughing in your chat becomes like he's a very good just chatting because we
Yeah.
just be laughing and stuff. So when did you feel like you like hit that stride? When people started coming in, you noticed your community start to grow.
So I want to say it was probably around like September of 2020. So I had just got affiliate, and let me tell you how I got affiliate. So because I wasn't averaging 3, right? So one of the founders in the community, Summoner, which I knew, he knew my brother before I started streaming, and he's friends with my brother, but he's my friend too. You know, I just met him through my brother, and he would come to the stream all the time. And then Among Us was big, right? And so I was like, well, I'll try Among Us on stream. And then Summoner was like, all right, I'll give you some people to play with. And all of a sudden I just saw the views just like ticking up. So he was going into the Among Us server telling people, hey, who want to play Among Us? I do. Well, you got to go to this stream.
Oh, that's so smart. Oh my gosh.
He's an evil genius, I'm telling you.
So we went from like averaging 1 or 2 to like 20 something for like a week, you know, and then it got me affiliate, because we was just playing Among Us every single day. And so that's how I got affiliate. But I got tired of Among Us, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want to play Among Us every time I go live.
Right. You don't want to be the Among Us streamer. Yeah.
Right. I don't want to be the Among Us streamer. So I was like, you know what? Next stream, I'm going to just chat. I want to just chat with my audience. And the very first time I did Just Chatty, I talked about anime intros and what was my favorite anime intros, and asking people what was theirs. And I'll pull up the video for the anime intro. And it went off without a hitch. We was laughing, you know, talking and, you know, arguing about people's favorite intros, and I really enjoyed it. I was like, this felt more meaningful than me just booting up Among Us and you know, lying for 3 hours.
Yeah, you're building you're building a bond with people. And speaking of anime, hey, Third Hokage is trash. I just want to
Third Hokage is trash. Third Hokage is very trash, and I don't know how he got voted twice. But
but back to the conversation, because we could talk about that a whole hour. But
I can talk about that a whole hour. I can talk about that. Yeah, Naruto's my favorite anime. So
nice.
But yeah, so after I did that first Just Chatty, I felt so good about it. And I was like, that was really good. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna start every stream with Just Chatty. And if chat start to slow down, I will boot up a game to kind of fill that empty space.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that, and more people started showing up. Caddy Mosley was one of my best friend at this point. He started coming around and just hanging out and talk about everything. And you know, we had adult conversations because I'm grown. I've seen things. So you know, I think one day he was like, "Hey, you watch porn?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm grown, bro. Of course I do."
Oh, the grown conversations are the funniest.
Yeah.
Boy. They are so unhinged. But it's like that age group thing, because like that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, I feel like these are my people here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we have, you jump from a gaming conversation to a more adult. We jump into the unsavory conversations, and then we jump back to gaming. And I think the way that your channel is just set up is we're used to your antics, so we know the game's not going to start when it's supposed to start.
Yeah.
And then your chat is very interactive. So I just think that's really cool, the community that you're building up, and you're building up what you want, and you're attracting the people that you can relate to. And I think that's very, very dope, because a lot of people, they skip the organic part. Like a lot of streamers come in, and I think they're trying to be focused on what they think people want them to be. And it's just like, come in there and like you add humor to your stuff, because that's part of your personality.
Yes.
Some people come in and they think like, oh, I got to be this way, or I got to be like this big streamer. And what they don't realize is it comes off bad. Like you could tell, like when people are just not genuinely being themselves. So, like with that being said, you know, what actually are you looking forward to, like when it comes to streaming? Like what do you want for your community moving forward, like in the future? Like, is there any future plans to like grow the TG brand? You know, are you
Yeah,
looking to do other things like outside of streaming the YouTube? Because every time I look, you got some kind of celebration up, like, oh, we just hit
yeah,
9,000 subscribers. We did this. You're growing, man. Like you're growing at an astronomical rate.
yeah,
So it's like, what's next for TG? Like, what's the plan, man? Like, what do you plan on doing?
yeah. And I always have to remind myself it's only been 3 years because
Hmm.
sometimes you get imposter syndrome and
Mm-hmm.
you like I shouldn't be getting these things or this shouldn't be happening or I'm not good enough. So I always have to remind myself there's only been 3 years and what you accomplish in 3 years is really unheard of. Yeah, we got 2 partner YouTube channels and one
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
yeah, thank you. So the the Terrible Gaming YouTube channel, I'm probably going to revamp that because what I learned getting partner on that channel, I really don't like making let's play videos. It's a lot of editing, a lot of footage to go through. It's boring. I don't and I'm like, if I don't enjoy my content, why should anybody else enjoy my content? I'm still trying to figure out how to revamp that. I'm probably going to do just more like talking videos, talking about games that I enjoy. They bring more value to that channel. And then I have the Terrible Reactions YouTube channel, which is growing at a crazy rate because there I feel like I can show more of my personality, which I
Hmm.
couldn't really do while let's playing, right? So I could show more of my personality and people could see like, oh man, he's really fun, he's funny. Let me subscribe because I want to see more of this type of stuff. So the plan going forward is to just keep building those 2 channels and just getting a bigger footprint on the internet.
Right.
As I'm learning content creation, Twitch and like Twitter are like very small markets in the content creation space, and YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are huge markets for content creators. Just gotta get in there and figure out how to how to
What
get
works for
people
you?
to
Yeah.
how to get people to engage with your content. So
Hmm.
I'm just trying to get a bigger footnote on the internet and pretty much give away free stuff to the community. Like my main goal is not to make a bunch of money. My main goal is to do stuff so I can give stuff away. So like get brand deals and be like, oh, you give me a free PC? Sweet. I got some people that's been rocking with me for 3 years. We about to do a giveaway and see if we can bless somebody with a PC. Um,
Hmm.
those are the type of things I want to do. Making money is nice. I would love to make a bunch of money, but if I can't make a bunch of money, then I will at least want to be able to sow back into the community that spends so much time with me because you can't get time back, and I think that's the most expensive currency you can spend.
Mm.
That's awesome, man. And I'm glad you brought up like your reaction channel and your the other platforms you're on because I think we're at this pretty critical point in the industry now where a lot of people are coming into the space and there are outliers of course in that, but a lot you most of the time if you just stream 5 days a week, 5 hours every day, nobody's gonna know who you are. You're not gonna really
Yeah,
see any actual growth. And I think I actually spent quite a bit of time going through and watching your terrible reactions YouTube channel, and it's great, man. I learned a lot about K-pop and stuff watching your channel, because I know it's a big industry, but I don't really listen to a lot of K-pop, not because I don't like it or anything, but I don't know it, I really didn't
yeah,
know it. So
yeah,
you actually introduced me to a lot of artists and stuff through your channel, and I'm glad that you're taking the time to really branch out into things that not only do you think will help you grow and provide value, but things you're actually interested in, because
yeah.
you see a lot of people, or a lot of times creators are faking the funk, or they're just
Mm.
doing reactions to reactions. If you do that, I hate you forever. I'm sorry. I'll say it out loud.
Oh yeah. I'm
If
big
you're
on that.
reacting to another streamer or YouTuber's reactions, it's not real
It's
content.
like bloggers, bro. Bloggers talking about what other bloggers talk about.
I'm just gonna be honest about it, man. But I I love that you're taking that time to really kind of figure out what it is you want to do, especially with like your main YouTube channel as well. I mean, I think reaction content is in a really healthy place in my personal opinion. I mean, I
Yeah.
watch a lot of anime reactors myself as well. And it's kind of like you're watching TV with your friends, or you're watching shows with
Yeah.
your friends, you know, and you
Yeah, 'cause
definitely
I
have that
know-
vibe. So
Because I like reaction content, and that's why I like started a reaction channel. Because
I
like
think
as
you
soon
good
as
for
as soon as I watch like an episode or something,
Mhm.
I go to YouTube, find a reaction for, so I can see did they
Same.
feel like how I feel.
right, like the latest JJK episode. No spoilers, no spoilers.
No spoilers. No, well, you know I read the manga, so already
Yeah.
you
I
know.
want to throw something out there too. I want to throw something out there real quick.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to throw something out there. I partnered up with a friend at the time, and we used to do K-pop reaction videos. I'll give $100 to anybody who could find it. If you could find this, if you could find a video,
it exists out there. Ooh,
it's in the universe. Also, I was in a short film. If you could find it on YouTube,
I know what you're talking about. I remember that. We were in college. Yeah.
I will reward you $100 bounty on my head. I'm out there in these streets, man. I was doing a lot of stuff before I did this. But
Yeah.
anyway, let's carry on.
Yeah,
Just
man.
throwing out that one piece bounty. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool, man. So how do you, as we kind of like I said, we talked about the industry a little bit here, you know, how do you kind of feel like the state of content creation is overall at the moment, you know, because everyone at some point has made some sort of content, whether that's a quick TikTok video or they're actually trying to make a career out of it. You know, being a black man in this space, do you feel like, you know, there are enough avenues for people to succeed, or, you know, do you still feel like we're kind of stuck, you know, kind of with, you know, the typical atypical creator?
Yeah, I think I think we're still kind of stuck as a community of getting opportunities. I literally just saw a tweet about like this indie game show that's about to happen, and everybody on that panel was white.
I
Like-
saw that. I saw that tweet.
I'm like, y'all couldn't find not one black, two. Couldn't get a black man and a black woman on this panel.
Right.
I know some that play some indies now. So I still think we're faced with that, just getting opportunities. Content creation as a whole, I think everybody's struggling. Companies are struggling,
Yeah.
individuals are struggling, and you know it's just not a lot of opportunities to spread around.
Yeah.
And if you have very limited funds to get a goal done, you're probably going to go to the creator that you trust the most. That's usually somebody that's been doing it for 10 plus years. Like you just had that relationship with them,
Right.
and you just like, look, we got this tight budget. We need to hit these goals. You know, can you do it? You know, we trust you to hit those goals. So, and it's a lot of people creating content. So I think it's a lot of people creating content, and there's not a lot of opportunities to go around for the creators. I don't think it'll always be like that. I think the people that's really, really rocking with content creation are going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
And it's you know, it's going to be a long road, but at one point, you know, all your hard work is going to pay off, and you're going to get that brand deal that you always wanted, get that monthly stipend, pay your bills with, and just build upon that. But right now it's rough, but I don't think it'll always be like that. And I think as more companies learn how they want to be marketed with live streamers, I think more opportunities will come to streamers to get those opportunities.
Yeah, I think that's pretty spot on with how a lot of people feel. You know, a lot of gamers don't really like to. How should I say this? people
Let
in the
it out,
gaming
brother.
community don't really take the time to want to understand the business side of things.
No.
And
Yes.
you know, you look at the economy right now, everything's up. You know, I just went to the grocery store, you know, before we got on, and I spent probably twice the amount of money I would a few years ago on the same amount of things that, you know, I would typically buy.
Yep.
And, you know, when people are spending more money on the essentials like food, you know, bills, you know, that cuts down on entertainment costs. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to accept that, but streamers are a entertainment expense.
Exactly.
So you have people who are just like you said, they go to their trusted streamers or their trusted communities. They're like, I want to keep supporting this person because, you know, I don't have a lot, but I can at least give them $5 a month because I really like this person.
Right.
You know, so in saying that, you know, what would you say would be some good things that a person could do, a streamer, let's say someone who just finds this episode and, you know, they're interested in content creation, you know, do you have any sort of advice, tips, strategies, or anything that you know, think would serve someone who's just trying to get in to the space?
Do it because you love it, right? Because the pay rate for content creation is way below minimum wage.
Mm-hmm.
So do it because you love it, and make sure you work it. I know I've seen people be like, "Hey, I just made affiliate. I'm about to quit my job." Like, wow.
You're like, whoa.
Oh, I just saw a girl. She was like a lawyer or something, and she just like, "Yep, I'm done with my job." I'm like, "Whoa,
Whoa, hold on."
Wait.
You know,
Yeah,
because people ask me all the time, like, when are you going to go full time in content creation? I'm like, probably never. I like stability. I don't like worrying like, oh, am I gonna make enough next month to pay my bills? Because then I won't be the same content creator. I get on stream and just joke around. We get subs, we get bits.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm dependent on people to donate to make ends meet, I won't be the same streamer. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be streaming for 20 minutes and I'll be like, what the fuck y'all doing? I gotta get groceries next week. I need y'all to sub.
I never thought about that.
Sub goal shows up.
Right,
yeah.
Man. I've never thought about that aspect, because it's like, damn, that's kind of deep. Because it's just like, if you so worried about what you need, then you're gonna. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Now
Makes perfect sense. I won't be the, because like if you see like these, like, you know, like XQC, you know what I'm saying, one of the biggest streamers on the platform. Like I went in there one time, he looked bored. He looked like I'm just on so I can get this money. I don't care what y'all. Chat going crazy. He ain't responding to nobody. He's looking off at his screen,
just watching MasterChef or something.
Scrolling on YouTube, like we just watching this man browse the internet. You know, so I don't want to be that type of streamer. I want to always be interactive and be having fun. And if someone decides to donate, I appreciate you. We usually give away something every month to the community. Yeah. You know, depending on how much, you know, we raise. I tell them the more you raise, the more better our giveaways will be. Right. So and I like to stay in that aspect. I don't want that money to be dependent on paying a bill, because then I'm gonna be mad. I'm like BZ said, $5 a month. Like, come on, y'all. What is
if everybody in here subbed, we got 200 people watching.
And you know what's crazy? Because I've actually been like me. I haven't been doing it lately, but I travel around Twitch and the internet a lot. I'm like an internet junkie. So I've been in those types of streams where people are pushing subs hard. Like, we got to get these subs. We got to get, because it comes across as just like a little bit disingenuous, because you're pushing so hard for the subs. We're not getting any content. You're just sitting up here talking about subs. We like, so what are you doing? Like, you just keep talking about, okay, we got to get these subs up. I've been there, and it's not to talk bad about those type of people. They need to just kind of course correct that, because when you become entertaining, then the subs will come, but no one is going to watch a stream about you talking about subs or your sub count. Or I love when people put their bills on the screen. I love it.
Oh, I love it. Gosh.
I love it. There's people still doing that to this day.
No shame, man. No shame in the game, man.
Light bill, gas bill. I'm like,
light bill goal.
I'm like, am I here to pay your bills? Or,
right.
But
I tell people all the time, like, I come on Twitch to have fun. That's my goal when I get on Twitch. I'm not getting on, like, I understand people got bills, people got hardships and stuff like that, and I understand that. But like, if every single stream, if you're panhandling to me about getting your bills paid, I'm probably not gonna come around, because I'm like, that's not what I want to hear. I'm coming on here to be entertained. I
got my own bills to pay.
Right, I got my own bills to pay. I'm coming on here to be entertained. Entertain me. When you see my name in the chat, I'm here to be entertained.
I want to jump into that a little bit. Speaking of bills and family, right? Like
Mhm.
now, I know you're a family man. I know you're married. Now, when it comes
Yes.
to the content, the content creating and stuff like that, like how do you merge those two worlds? Like, how do you, you know, I know you have a set schedule and you
Yes.
stick to it. Like, hey, y'all
I
getting these hours and I'm out.
we getting these
But
3 in and we out of here.
like, how does your family unit as well? How do they support you in what you do? How do you find just like balance that time with your wife, your kids, the
Yeah.
whole thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, and do they even do your wife kind of get the gist of what you're doing, or she just like, oh, TG's in the basement, he's out of my face?
Yeah, she's more like TG doing his game thing. She still says it to this day. He's doing his he has this game thing hobby he does. She's not really into the internet thing or gaming or stuff like that. So we worlds apart on that. All she knows is it makes me happy, and that's good enough for her. And we schedule um and then make sure it works for the both of us. So stick to my time. So like when I get off work, cook for the kids or get their food ready and start getting them ready for bed, get their clothes out for the next day. And then I'll come down here and stream. My wife would give them their baths and put them to bed. And then I get them up in the morning for school and daycare. So we have schedules and job responsibilities to make sure everything works well. Because she has hobbies too. So her
Right, right.
her hobbies are scheduled. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't dare be like, hey, let me go do my streaming thing and you hold off on your hobby. Like, no, we got a schedule. Okay, you want to do this at that time? We schedule it. So even like with this podcast, I'm like, hey, I got to be downstairs at 10:30. You got anything you need to be doing at that time? She's like, no. She like, we should be good. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll still be up. Make their lunch and continue on our day. So, all right, that worked for us. So a lot of communication, scheduling, making sure you're taking care of your responsibilities. Because I tell the community all the time, I take care of my family first, and
Mhm.
then I take care of what needs to be taken care of stream. So something got to be done with the family, and I can't stream that day. I catch y'all on the
'Cause, I
next
mean,
one.
that affects your stream too, as well. Just like you were
Yeah,
saying, you don't want to come in and have to worry about bills because you're going to be angry. Like if the family dynamic is off, then you're going to come down here. You may not be able to give the best TG performance on your
hmm
stream because okay, wifey or the kids, something's off here. So it's
yep,
with people around our age and stuff, that's a major thing because I know Darius, like I sit in my insane asylum. This is what I call my empty palace. I'm a single man,
Your
single man
mind
ladies don't come
palace.
knocking on my door. But even my bro host Darius, he has a family, he has things that he has to do. So
Mhm.
we kind of balance like, okay, I'll edit, I'll do this, and we have a tight ship of how we want to get things done. And I always take that into consideration. I'm like, well, he has a family. He got to go to this wrestling match. He got to do this. And he'd be like, hey, man, you want to do the pod Sunday? And I'm like, okay, that works. So it's just all about balance, man. And it
yeah,
seems like on the outside looking in, I'm pretty sure you have a few bumps, but on the outside looking in, it seems like everything is very cohesive and smooth. Your
yeah.
family, the way you balance it. And I think it's important to talk about that because yeah, it's a major thing, man. Being like older in this space and having family and stuff, you got to have that balance. It reflects in your stream, whether you believe it or not.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
hmm
So I just wanted to applaud you on that, man, because it seems like you really have a great balance. So let me ask you this, and not prying into your kids' age or anything, but do they know like dad's a celebrity?
No, they're still they're still fairly
Oh,
young.
okay,
The
okay,
one's
okay.
5 and one's 2.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
they don't know dad's a celebrity yet. Okay.
no, no, they don't know dad's a celebrity. Wife don't know dad's a
Oh, you're just doing
celebrity.
your game. He's just doing his game thing.
They ain't doing this
Oh,
game thing
it'd be funny.
downstairs.
Like, what if someone came up to your wife and just be like, hey, I watch your husband all the time. That'd be crazy, right?
That
They're
would
out.
be
They're just like
crazy,
out to dinner. Someone asks for his autograph. That'd be cool, man.
That
right?
would be wild.
Because I think the community only seen my wife maybe twice,
Mhm.
Okay.
And one time was on my birthday stream. I told him I give him 12 hours on my birthday stream, and we took a bunch of shots. I was drunk, and I was like 2 minutes past 12 hours. My wife came down here, was like, "Look."
She's like, hey, birthday boy.
Hey, birthday boy, wrap it up.
Time to go.
The whole chat started going, "Oh, she ready for back shots. It's time for you to go." I'm like, "Yeah, it's time for me to go, y'all."
Hey guys, I gotta get out of here.
Right.
He probably left the whole stream up. He just walked off. TG, turn off the stream, man.
Oh man.
When I went back to the VOD, I fell asleep on that stream. I was so drunk.
Oh
I
man. That's awesome.
I was like, "Whoa!" But it was a fun time though.
So speaking of events, I also wanted to ask you, I noticed this past TwitchCon you took a little trip. I'm just curious, like, what is that experience like? Like, can you just give us a little insight on how was it? Because that was your first TwitchCon,
Yeah, my first
right?
TwitchCon. Yeah, my first TwitchCon. It was like a movie, but I don't.
A hot ass
I don't.
movie.
Yeah, it wasn't that hot, but it was pretty. It was pretty toasty down there. I went to Texas for DreamCon, and now that was hot. But Vegas was cool. It was expensive, but it was cool. But going. Okay, I'm gonna give what my experience was, and then I'm gonna give what I think most people's experience will be.
Okay.
My experience was like a movie, like because I was in the Stream Elements program, or still am in the Stream Elements program. So they had like a whole list of things that they wanted me to be a part of and do while I was at TwitchCon. And just meeting a bunch of people and people recognizing me, and getting to do the IRL stream with the IRL backpack and stuff like that, and show people around TwitchCon.
That's super cool.
Like all that was absolutely amazing. Like I just felt catered. I definitely felt like a celebrity at TwitchCon. Even like Twitch staff knowing who I was. Like, oh, TG. I'm like, who is you? Oh, I'm part of marketing. I work for Twitch. I'm in the marketing department. I'm like, oh, that's what. So funny story. Funny story. I was walking down the hallway with Blue Satire, and I was talking to Blue Satire, and it was like by the seating area. I was telling Blue how expensive Vegas was. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go outside, and start giving out hand jobs to recoup this money. And this man started just cracking up. He was just dying laughing. And then like we walk into the panel, he the head of marketing, leading the panel. I'm like, oh my.
I just said that in front of him.
Oh.
I'm sure he's heard worse. I'm sure.
My brand score just shacked the toilet, bro.
Move your name off across that board.
Right.
We're gonna put him over here with these people over here.
Hey, should we get this opportunity to terrible game? Oh no, he was talking about giving hand jobs. Trust him. But so I had an amazing time. I think what most people will experience, just like any typical convention, right? Going to panels, playing, like they have video games up there for you to play, and it just feels, like going to a convention, not really many people knowing who you are and just walking around and making connections. I didn't have to make too many connections because it seemed like everybody already knew who I was. And then people just like walking up to me and saying hi and stuff like that. And even a few people asked for my autographs on their badge and stuff like that. So, it was amazing for me. But I think if I would have went to TwitchCon like after like year one, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I would have got much out of it. Right. But just unless it was just somebody I really wanted to see or meet, and because it was people up there that didn't stream, they just wanted to meet their favorite streamer.
Yeah.
So so in that aspect, like I think it's good to go regardless. But if you wait a few years after streaming and get some traction and then go, I think you get more out of it. Especially like if Twitch staff really start knowing who you are, and then they start seeing you around. So they're like, okay, so they're part of the community and they want to be involved with things we do at Twitch. So maybe we can connect with them and give them opportunities and stuff like that.
It makes a lot of sense. Now that I think about it, yeah, once you get a little more established in the game, and yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
you go out there.
You meet, just like you said, the people of Twitch watch streamers.
Yeah.
People don't realize that, but they do spend a lot of time watching the people on their platform, and You know, I kind of wanted to touch on networking as well.
Yeah.
You know, because we try to be pretty protective of our brand here and who we bring on. You know, we do pretty extensive research on the guests that we have on. Just you know, not just you never know. You never know.
You never know.
So what are some things that you kind of look for, or you would tell someone who is, let's say they're starting to gain a little traction. This is they're going to an event or they're starting to meet other streamers, like because everyone's trying to get somewhere in this industry.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of differentiate between those who are genuinely trying to get to know you, want to network with you, want to connect with you, versus those who may just be trying to use your platform as a stepping stone?
Yeah, that's a good question, because like people will ask me like, hey, can we collab on your channel and stuff like that? And then I would say, you must have never been to my channel, because my stream is set up for a one-man show. Like all the alerts and there's no room to collab. But if you want to collab on your channel, because some people have channels that's set up for podcasting and stuff like that. So I'm down to collab with like-minded individuals on their channel. But I'm like, my channel it's just not set up for that. And I just make sure that I have a connection. Like, if I see you on Twitter tweeting about, Die Blackies died, I'm probably not gonna really connect with you.
I don't think me and this guy gonna have nothing to talk about.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think our views align. So.
Right. Oh man. You trying to kill me, bro.
I don't think I'm a work. We can't work this out. We can't work this out. Cause I don't know if y'all know, but like I did like a collab with, a pale skinned streamer. And like we talked about the whole Terrible Advice series, because it was back when they first started popping up on Twitter and really great interaction. And he reached out to me and said, and it was somebody that I knew. I've been to his streams before and stuff like that, and I thought he was a cool guy. And he was like, hey, you want to, can I interview you and do a podcast and stuff like that? I said, cool. I would like that. So I did the podcast. He put it on my YouTube and stuff like that. I promoted it, told people to go check it out. And then maybe like a month later, he made his own Terrible Advice video. So, I took his video and edited and showed like all the comparisons to my Terrible Advice. And posted it on Twitter, and said, "Y'all let me know.
Oh my God.
Y'all let me know if this is copying, because maybe I'm being biased."
I think I remember that.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and they went after this guy, and he stopped streaming completely. Like he hasn't been.
But you know what? That's what I don't feel sorry for people like that, because I've seen a lot of instances where that actually has happened. And it's like, dude, the internet is large, but it's small. Like it doesn't take much to get back to people. And it's just like, dog, you can't, because I don't even think he would have the same TG effect when he's doing his. Like
he did. It was very unseasoned.
You and Beezy are killing me in chat right now. Oh my God. Both of y'all are killing me.
That's messed up, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I mean, even like in certain instances, just editing a podcast and stuff, you have to kind of be cognizant of what you're doing, because you don't know, like even you may not even mean to necessarily copy something. But you don't know until you put it out, and then somebody will tell you. They'd be like, oh, well, some people be cool. They're like, yo, just give me the credit or blah, blah, blah. But like in the content creating space, that brings up a good point. You have to really think about that in the back of your head. Like when you're putting out content, like, because some people come, they be like, oh man, I use the exact same wallpaper, whatever. And it's just like, you got to always keep that in the back of your head. Like, okay, we got to just be mindful of what we're doing and make sure we're crediting the right people. Now, if he would have had his own take on it and like, hey, my guy TG does this, blah, blah, blah. And so whatever. You could have worded it. You could have gave like props. He could have asked you for your permission, anything like. And it's a lot of that going on in the content creating space, and y'all need to stop that shit. Stop it.
And I think
Stop
too,
doing it.
man, it's one of two things for me. It's like, you have those people that are desperate to want to grow, want to succeed, and they feel like, oh, this person's doing this, so maybe I could try to put my own, flavor on it. But
Yeah.
it's it's either that, or especially like if we have like, because when we're not interviewing guests, we'll typically talk about things that may be going on around the industry. If we're a particular story, like if we were talking about the Xbox Activision deal over the last couple of months, if you're watching someone else's thoughts and opinions on it, you might form an unbiased opinion in your head based off of what they were saying. And it's even to the point now where I've stopped watching a lot of other content. If I know we're going to talk about something that week, I try to actively avoid other people's opinions and thoughts on things, because I don't want that to subconsciously influence what I'm saying and how we feel or how I feel about a particular subject. And I don't think people take enough care in their content or want to be different enough to stand out, and that's really how you grow in this space is you're being different. You're showing genuine reactions and feelings towards things. And, like the first time I saw the terrible advice stuff, I was like, damn, that's some really good fucking advice. And it clicked to me. I was like, holy shit, like that works. Oh my God. Like it blew my fucking mind, man. Like, I was just like, man, that was amazing that you did the things that you did. And, it just kind of speaks to your success, and I, once again, I'm a big fan of yours, man. And I don't feel like we as content creators and streamers spend enough time giving flowers to people that are here. You're just getting started on your journey. Just like you said, you've only been doing this for 3 years, and you look like you're hitting your stride. You're firing on all cylinders with your content and the things that you do, because you're being your authentic self on the internet.
Yes.
And that's very rare nowadays. And I just wanted to once again pass those flowers to you, man. It's very,
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Those videos, man. It was one specifically that I go back to and watch, and it makes me laugh every time. I think he was talking about like hooking up with the old lady for a PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
my God.
to get TwitchCon paid for.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this man's an idiot, bro.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I'm gonna post that on my Twitter. If y'all haven't seen that video,
Awesome,
man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I wish we could keep you here longer. I know we only got a couple of minutes till 12, man.
Always welcome back. We'll do
absolutely.
it again.
So during
I
this,
definitely come back.
awesome, and like during this time, we like to give our guests the floor. So if there's anything you would love to shout out, any projects you're working on, any people from your community, just anything at all,
mods, man.
yeah, the floor is yours, man, and you have full range.
All right. Yeah, shout out to the Terrible Family, the community. I think they're just as important as the streamer themselves. They're the other half of the coin. Them being very engaging and interactive, and whatever I decide to do, just shows the world like this is a great place to be. So shout out to the Terrible Family. Shout out to the Terrible Mods. They put up with me, and I put up with them, and and I love them. All of them pretty much family at this point. I care about them so much, and want them to succeed in whatever they decide to do. So we streamed Sunday. I created a game on stream called Bop or Flop, that I coded myself from the bottom up.
Nice.
So what we do is the queue open up, people join the queue, and then once they turn come up, they picture come up on the screen saying who the requester is. They send in the music, we watch it, and then chat votes bop or a flop. And if it's a flop, they get timed out for 30 seconds. If it's a bop,
see, and that's what I'm talking about. That kind of stuff like that just adds more flavor to your community. You know what I'm saying? You got these cool little things that you do. You think it outside of the box, and this is the type of stuff I want content creators to think about. Because I be on Twitter going on rants, man, and they get me in trouble. A lot of my rants get me in trouble. I rub a lot of streamers the wrong way. I've said some things, and it all comes from a good place, though. It's not like from malice. I'm not trying to just shit on people. I'm just like, I want you to win, so I'm just saying what I think would, help you get there. And I think by you creating these like cool little games, and adding it to your content, and then with your videos, these funny ass videos, man, you got like this recipe for success, and it's working for you because you're just being you. I feel like if I met you in real life, you are gonna still be that same funny ass person. Like I don't feel like you're putting on a front.
Yeah,
So,
that's what. And then because this year was the first year, like I came out of the basement to go meet like people that I've been meeting on the internet, and going to DreamCon and going to TwitchCon and meeting these people, and they like, you're a little quieter in person, but you're still funny as ever because I still make little sly comments. But they like, yeah, you definitely are the same person you're on streams. I always tell people, be yourself and add 10%.
I love
and you won't get exhausted of being that person because you're essentially being yourself, just putting a little
yourself, not tiring,
putting a little entertainment filter over the top because you still have to entertain people unless you're just flat out cracked out at the game and you don't got to talk because everybody's just really just watching your gameplay.
That's awesome.
That being said, TG, my brother, we're going to go ahead and outro this thing. We really, really, really want to thank you for your time today. You're always welcome to come here, shoot the shit with us via Twitter. If you want to come on here again, we'll schedule something and we'll just dig deeper into whatever the hell you got going on at the time, bro. But we respect your time. We're going to let you get out here and be a family man. Shout out to the wife. Shout out to the children, for letting their dad come down here and talk with us misfits.
Yeah, I hear them now. They're getting hungry.
Oh, man. Well, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 171 of the Super
thank you
Weapon
for having
Podcast,
me.
man. Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely one of my favorite episodes, man. I love having people on, hearing their stories, where you've been, where you're going, and we definitely will have you back on, man, sooner rather than later. But
hey, let's go.
We will make sure to have all your.
I might have a huge announcement. You know what I'm saying? I give y'all the exclusive. I might have a huge announcement
exclusive
in a couple weeks.
Drop. Okay.
Let us know, man. Let us know.
If I get it, everybody gonna know. It's gonna get posted on Twitter.
That's awesome.
But
hope you get it, man.
Thank you.
So you guys have a good one, man. We will catch you guys later. See you. Peace.